Welcome back from the break. In case you've just joined us, we're here at the Sheraton Kampala Hotel and we're talking about men and aphrodisiacs. We want to hear from you. This is your show. Go to our Facebook page. It's NTV Men. Like it. Get involved in the discussions. There are more than 30,000 people talking. Go to our Twitter handle. It's NTV_men. Follow us. And we will also engage you from that platform. Send us an SMS on 6565 or a private email. That's men@ntv.co.ug. Back
Peter,
to you.
Yes. We're talking about a whole industry here. This industry you're talking about, if I think it is the same that I'm thinking about, which is selling all the grass, the Viagras and everything, it has nothing to do with desire. It's about performance. And even when you go out to the bar, this and the guys you talk to chew this molondo, it's not for them that they're not chewing so now they like sex more. No. They're chewing it because they think when they get there, when they are there, they are going to perform better. And those are two different things. And here, a lot of complexes come from a lack of performance, not from a lack of desire. Because a lack of desire could be a seasonal thing. It could be anything. All right. And this comes from pressure from the opposite sex or from the partners who think they are not being satisfied. All right, and this is about this is a performance issue, and for me, I have no problem with performance enhancement. If you need help, you get it.
You see,
So you have no problem with performance enhancement, but you have problems with desire enhancement.
No, I don't have a problem with this. I just want us to be clear on what we are discussing. All right.
And we've said what we're discussing.
No,
What
Bunji
Bunji is saying, because not everyone has access to the agras. What he's saying is in the traditional solutions or in the more natural solutions, the line, there's a lot of intersection. People will feed you pumpkin seeds for both things. They'll feed you nuts for both reasons.
It's healthy
and you see, because we had no mechanisms for separating.
Yes,
you understand.
Yes.
But now there is technology that separates. That this drug does this exactly. I don't know a shop where you go.
Yes, but
where you
no
go
one
and
else
buy something to make you.
But a larger percentage of people are still going back to the traditional solutions, which both build desire and enhance performance. And I think that if you keep that line of argument. Yes, it is important that you've made the distinction, but in order to have a larger catchment for people to feel involved in the discussion, you have to be willing to discuss the solutions that capture both, because in a lot of cases, the problem may be one or the other, but you're better off shooting both than shooting one.
Okay, the reason I'm making this argument is this, is that if, for example,
if you've never lacked desire, does not mean that...
No, I'm not saying I've never lacked. Okay?
You see,
I'm saying the lack of desire does not cause the same problem in your mind as a failure to perform. You understand? And you see, a failure to perform could be a permanent thing as opposed to a lack of desire.
Now,
as in, it could be a seasonal
let
thing.
me maybe try to help out to Mukasa here.
Why are you helping me?
Let me explain to you something. I am going to
understand what I'm
understanding.
understanding.
Going to use
You're not
something
helping
which
me.
we call a system.
Yes.
Now, a human being, Colin here, wants to go out of this room. Okay? He needs his legs, he needs his brain, he needs his eyes. If one of them is not there, he will find the difficulties walking out of this room. So that is the association between desire and performance. If there is no desire, then there will be problems with the performance. Automatically. So the best way for us to make viewers appreciate this discussion is for us to link the two.
Yeah.
And these enhancement substances, you cannot separate arousal from performance.
You can.
No.
If yes, you can intellectually, but in practice, they are fused.
The same thing, yeah.
They are fused because the experience is fused.
The experience is fused.
Because the first step is...
Listen, the industry you're talking about has the ability to give you performance without desire.
Where?
But don't you see that's now a challenge? That's where it's going the wrong way. Because if you and you know, but I beg to also differ on the issue about the South Asians. They are the most notorious. That's why they are killing all our rhinos, elephants, and everything, because they use those like the horns to make yes as potents.
The most
they are using their small guns effectively.
No, with the help of
of
the rhino horns and all that. However, you see, it's very dangerous to go in a situation to say, well, you know what, for me it's just the performance. I don't care, I've got no feelings, it's just performance. Don't you think it's better to be in a situation where, I should stay away from these drugs because they have side effects. That's a fact, you know. And some of them, even I do have them here, are a little bit worrying when you look at them, because I'll get to that. So some of them are a little bit worrying because and some of them may necessitate you going back to a doctor. For example, you can rupture your arteries and stuff like that. You can even get a heart attack. We've seen some prominent politicians. There was one across the border who was a very healthy guy. He took some of these performance enhancing drugs. They shut him down. Okay. So however, if you take the more natural substances, okay, your body takes in just what it needs.
No. You see, what happens, Peter, is that the natural substances, if they work for such a long time that if you did not start using them when you were a child, or if it is not in your culture. You see, some of these cultures have used these things naturally because of where they grow. But if you started eating mulondo now, it is not going to change very, very much. Now, what this industry has done is that it has done formula that can do, as in 15 minutes, all you need to do is take a drug. And in 15 minutes, it's working. And you see, all this is about blood. Okay?
Actually,
blood
Peter, I wanna just interrupt. Okay. Because what Joseph is talking about is the science conversation. But I think it's important to consider also that there's a physiological element to all of this. Yes, the drug will give you the impact and the pop that you need in 15 minutes, but a lot of these things are also about physiology, about and they'll tell you, when these foods, it's about time, how the lighting is, how the mood is, how the food is served, because those things, yes, you could have the pill, but there are certain things that put you in the mood, and I think that we have to talk about that. I think that for a lot of people because you have to consider also that there are people whose mindsets are strongly against using drugs, whereas yes, they have a problem, but they are also very strongly, when you talk about, they're strongly against the drugs. So you have to find a way that's more inclusive and yet still allow them to deliver the result. I like
the direction that Colin is taking, because in all fairness, there are other factors like health. Are you physically fit, which affect your man's performance? Are you eating the right kind of food? Just like men, like women, we're told that women have to get in the mood. Men also need to get in the mood. A lot of women think that men, it's just a matter of men are always ready. No, they also need to be psychologically prepared. So I think that that's something which we need to consider. So yes, Banji, I'll start with you as you wrap up.
You see, there is a common, I don't want to call it common, but there is a misconception that when a man is like this, he's ready to shoot. No, I may be like this when my psychologist is somewhere else.
That is how.
Please go ahead.
you people with big guns.
So when the man, it doesn't mean that
he's good to go.
He's good to go. No, it doesn't mean like that. That may just be a natural reflex, but the mind is somewhere else. Maybe the biology is checking whether the clock is still what? Still working. Now, interest. We have explored the issue of psychology, but also interest has to do with environment.
Sure.
Okay, you may be having a small house and you have guests in your house, and even if the interest is there, you will subdue it because these things must be private. You don't want the guests to hear and say, you know, this man made us have a sleepless night. Or the other thing might be about age. Aging.
Campus.
Yes, you are aging because as you grow old, some of the biological mechanisms also becomes weak. So the guy is 65, he's 75. Don't expect him to salute the way he was when he was 25. So these ones will affect someone's interest. Now, overall, using enhancement, these artificial enhancements has side effects. So the most, I think what I would call the most appropriate way would be for someone to go the natural way. Maybe considering the environment in which you are, looking at the attitude, okay? The last time we had a discussion on sex, and we said also the love you have with your wife, or the relationship, the quality of the relationship that you have may affect the interest. So look at these natural things first. And if they don't work, then as a professional social worker, I would recommend that you seek professional help rather than go to the open market and buy these things. They will spoil your artillery and you will be in a miserable situation.
Joseph, your parting shot.
For me, it was very, very important to clarify that there's two things. There's the lack of interest and there's the lack of performance. Yeah, those are two things. And for me, I think the industry that is growing is for performance. And a lot of people are going the natural way, not for interest, but for performance. I will very, very much love the natural way, but you see, the natural way has a lot of myths. Number one. Number two, the natural way takes very, very long. If your marriage is breaking up today because of a lack of performance and you start taking pumpkin seeds, it is going to break. You're going to perform on your next wife, not on this one, because it takes that long. Now,
what did I do wrong?
People have developed specific formula, and it works immediately like any drug. Okay, it has side effects the same way aspirin does, the same way penicillin does. It does those things, but they work and they are more immediate. I mean, people take Muluruza for fever, but now there is also
Panadol and
malaria queen or whatever. What the latest malaria drug that
anyone queen
protecting.
Yeah, you see. Now it's up to you to say, me, I don't like chloroquine because it has these side effects. I'll take Muluruza. But Muluruza, you don't know the formula, you don't know how long it takes, but it worked for us. So this is the direction that we're taking. And I think the biggest problem, the biggest problem, if you ask me, especially when it comes to men's esteem, is not a lack of interest. Unless they are impotent, they can't get it up. It's a lack of performance. It's when you want and you cannot, as opposed to when you don't want. When you can say, I'll want tomorrow, another day. So I think this is a much bigger problem. And if you have that problem, you can still go and see your counselor and they can advise you and you can use the artificial method appropriately.
Colin, that was a mouthful. A lot to take in. Your parting shot. And you're very smart today. I can see the wife is already working on you. So, yeah.
Peter, what are you trying to do?
The wife to be.
Are you trying to set a riot in town? What is that? Like, I have no friends. I need to resign from this.
Okay. Your parting shot.
No, I think that Joseph saying that having the choice of I would want another day is almost like, I feel in my mind, it's like the smoker saying I will stop when I want. Yeah? If you don't want today and you say, I'll want another day, chances are quite high that tomorrow you might also not want. And what happens is you have pressure building and people end up getting into these cycles of not wanting. At that point, you didn't get asked those very difficult questions. So when do you ever want? Where are you getting from? Who is she? Those are the questions that people get asked. And I think a lot of times, what I was saying in the third segment of the show, I was saying, it's physiological. There are certain things that make people want, and the thing is, I feel like it's been made easy. It's been made easy by, technology. So it's sometimes it's a picture, it's a text message. Sometimes it's simple, something as simple as, I've cooked your favorite meal. You know that after eating the favorite meal, you go and eat the favorite meal also. I think that it's those things. I think that if you divorce it, you're forcing people to make a separation that until very recently, they've never had to make.
Mm-hmm.
If you divorce the desire from the performance.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you know that if we fix the desire, chances are quite high that unless there's an extreme condition, the performance will
It's actually the other way around.
okay. But I tend to come from that point. So I also, because I've noticed that my experience has been that a lot of human problems are solved by human beings. It's about connection. It's about people. It's about talking to other people. It's about connecting with other people. So my parting shot is this. If your partner, if you're a man out there and you feel like you're having performance problems, first of all, talk to your partner. See if you can work on it together. Then two, if both of you are not making headway, then get counseling or get help before you decide to walk into a pharmacy and self-medicate. I think that whereas it has the immediate absolute impact, it might, because what it says is that I'm not performing and therefore I need to address this. But how do you know what the other person wants, your party or your spouse? So it's important to just get that, so you then have both a united decision. So we shall integrate this natural method, feeding and what, together with this. That way both of you are both looking out for your health. Okay. That's how I would look at this Aphrodisiacs business. Okay, but still, whenever you get a chance, use some whipped cream and strawberries.
To create the desire.
Yes.
Okay. Joseph has been shaking his head the whole time. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been great having you. This is your show. We want to hear from you. Send us a private email. That's men@ntv.co.ug, or go to our Facebook page. It's NTV Men. Like it. Engage in the discussions that are going there. Or you can follow us on Twitter. Actually, all of us are on Twitter. Are you on Twitter, Batch? You should be. And we can also pick up the discussion. My words are simple. I agree very much with what Colin is saying. Talk to your partner. Man, it's a very hard thing to tell your partner that you've got performance issues.
She knows.
No, well, if you're busy taking drugs, she'll never know.
She knows you have performance issues.
So talk to her. If she's not approachable and cannot be able to take it positively, then probably you're with the wrong partner. Have a good night and take good care of yourselves.
One more depending on a prep, and we all look away. People pretending everywhere. It's just another